My name is Johann Chuckaree. I'm 25 years old and I'm a pianist, musician, and business person. Well, I started playing band, believe it or not, at the age of 4. Almost quite some time ago, 21 years ago, this month actually. My family has been very musical. I have two sisters, older sisters, that have been involved in music, and they were great classical pianists, guitarists, and so. So when I was growing up, music was always in the house. Basically, I started playing piano at an early age. I actually started playing piano before band, and my parents always pushed me into music, and I hated it. Used to go and play piano and sit down with my piano teacher. I loved my piano teacher, but I hated piano. I guess, maybe it wasn't for me at that early age, but my sisters introduced me to the pan at home. They were in St. Joseph's Convent at the point in time, Port of Spain, and they had a pan side, and they brought home a pan, and I said, well, if they could do it, I could do it too. So they used to practice the national anthem and play little things, so I started doing it as well, and that's actually how I started to play pan, believe it or not. Well, this year I've actually been playing with Phase 2 for actually 10 years. 11 panoramas with 10 years. And one of the main reasons why I played with Phase 2 is my house is pretty much right outside Phase 2's Spaniard. So even from a very young age, when I go to bed in the night during carnival time, you hear the pan ringing out in your head. Sitting down studying for exams, you're hearing pan in your head. And even on the weekends sometimes, some of the guys in the panyard will tell you, they remember me 3 and 4 years old in my diapers riding a tricycle in the panyard. And my father will say, yes, he used to go down in the panyard all the time. When he can't sleep, we take him down in the panyard, he listens to pan and fall asleep. So it's been in my blood for quite some time. Well, my parents, believe it or not, are not musical at all. Actually, we go to church at St. Teresa's RC Church, which is right around the corner. And we are part of the music ministry at St. Teresa's, so we would do the Saturday evening mass and services and so. And that's where we really got our starts. My two sisters used to play the organ, the keyboard, the guitar, and so at church. And I started to play in church, the pan and the piano, when I was about 7 or 8 years old. And up till last weekend, I'm still there. So that's basically how we got into it. So right now, we're inside the panyard of Petrotrin Phase 2 Pan Groove, multiple panorama winner, if I'm not mistaken, 7-time panorama winner as of this year. And Phase 2 is really at the center of my heart and at the center of my home. Being a Woodbrook boy growing up, I joke and tell everybody that my life revolved basically around 5 minutes from my house. I went to school at Fatima, which is right across the river from Phase 2. Played pan in Phase 2 at the night, and St. Teresa's RC Church, where I go to church every weekend, is right around the corner as well. So everybody's joke at me and say, boy, like you live right here, we don't ever see it anywhere, you don't go out and lime, nothing. I didn't need to. The panyard was always the center of my life. Church, religion, school, education, and my home. It's always been, amazing for me to grow up in this panyard, to grow up amongst these people, to grow up, alongside Len Boogsy's shop, to see the genius and the creativity that goes on in this panyard. And it's just an amazing experience for somebody as young as me to grow up experiencing these people. I think, I'd say I'm very lucky, and I lived in a very privileged time. A lot of people say, pianists say, I wish I could have grown up and played with Mozart or played with Beethoven or played with anybody like that, of that caliber. And I luckily have had that experience playing in Phase 2 under Len Boogsy's shop. So it's really an amazing experience. Well, a lot of people bring up the race question with pan. Being a young Indian person playing pan, to me, I've grown up in Woodbrook all my life and I don't see anything wrong with it. A lot of people, even Indian people, have told me, boy, when you're playing pan, that's not your thing. And my answer to them is that it's all of our thing. It's a Trinidadian thing. There's no African, there's no Indian, there's no Chinese, there's no Syrian in Trinidad. It's all a Trinbagonian thing. And pan is at the core of what a Trinidadian truly represents. Well, I think 11 years ago when I went to Phase 2 Pan Groove, I was actually the youngest member. So there was an age gap at first when I got there. After seeing me, and a lot of parents come and talk to me and ask me, if they could send their kids to the panyards and so. And in the last couple of years, there's been a proliferation of actually a lot of young people. The young people are taking over the steel bands, which is a great thing. So in Phase 2, you'll find from the old retired guys who've been in the panyard for 20 to 30 years, even young kids as young as 15, as young as 12, and even some younger ones who are interested who come into the panyard to listen and as well to start to play. One of the youngest players that we have in the band right now at Phase 2 is a young girl called, her name is Aria Bartholomew, and she is, I believe, either 11 or 12. She just did SCA this year, and she never played pan before the last 2 years. Her dad was a panist, and he was involved heavily with Phase 2, and he was living out of Trinidad. And when he came back to Trinidad, he bought her a pan, brought it to the panyard, and some of the older guys started to help her learn, started to help her play some of the songs during the year, and she decided, okay, I'm going to play for Panorama. And she's been playing in the front of Phase 2 for the last 2 years. A really special young lady, and I think one of the true talents in Trinidad. She will blossom over the years to come. In terms of getting the young people involved in this band, we already have a plethora of young players. We have a bunch of young people that come to the Panyard, as I was saying before, as young as 12 years old and as old as 60 and up. That's the age range of the players we have here. We hope to get more young people involved, especially this year. We had the hopes of launching a Phase 2 youth band, and if all goes well, by the end of 2014 into early 2015, we should have that band up and running. 2014 has been very exciting so far. I went and I was part of St. Lucia Jazz Festival 2014 performing. Just came back from Argentina with the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association and the TDC, representing Trinidad as part of the cultural contingent for the Trinidad-Argentina friendly football match. And soon I will be going off to France to perform with a French steel band called Calypso Association, alongside Andy Narell and Ray Holman, two pioneering pan arrangers and composers and players as well. And we are going there to launch a new film called Pan, A Modern Odyssey, which has been produced by Jean-Michel Gibert, as well as a local director and writer, Kim Johnson. And we are premiering this film at the La Rochelle Film Festival in France. It's a massive festival where we have a lot of television and movie buyers coming. So we hope to perform and bring the true aspect of what steel pan really is to them, to help them understand what pan is, to help them understand the movie and to understand the characteristic of what Trinidadian culture is. So, pan semis, pan on the greens as everybody now calls it. I will go on Facebook after pan semifinals and everybody will say the greens was real good, the greens was real good, and I'll make a little comment and I'll say, so who wins semifinals? And they'll be like, well, we're not too sure who win, I was like, so which band song good? We didn't really hear a band. So which band song was your favorite? We don't know. Which arranger is your favorite? We don't know. Which panya they went to? We don't know. And I think that sums up what Pan on the Greens is doing to our traditional panorama competition. While it is a very good business venture and a very good money-making venture for Pan Trinbago, I think it needs to be separated from the traditional competition. If you want to have a fete and you want to have a party, have it. Have it on a different weekend, have it in the same place, and raise your money and have fun. This is a competition. We don't have a party while Soca Monarch going on. We don't have a party while Calypso Monarch going on. So why have it when Panorama is going on? I think today our young people, our younger generation face a lot of challenges. We have a lot of distractions, we have a lot of negativity, we have a lot of people saying that this generation can't do it, this generation is too tied up, this generation is too connected, too much on their cell phone, too much on Facebook, too much of everything that we are not supposed to be. I think my advice to every young person is, if you love something, put your mind to it, put your heart to it, and put your soul into it. If you love music, everything deserves dedication and everything deserves time. Work hard, work smart, listen to your parents, also get your education as well. Education is very important. Education always comes first in everything that you do. And don't ever give up on something that you love.